Indeed, a very good evening to you, and by the way, Merry Christmas here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The residents are celebrating Christmas, but other than that, there's a glimmer of hope that the South Sudan crisis could finally be resolved. Cautious optimism, I may say, because the two chief mediators appointed by IGAD this morning left Addis Ababa for Juba to meet President Salva Kiir, mediator of South Sudan, to try and talk to him and see whether there is any possibility that he could ease some of the conditions that he has set for talks between his team and that of the rebel led by his former vice president, Dr Riek Machar. And back here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, negotiating teams of the two warring sides have had a whole day to try and formulate their positions ahead of the talks proper, the face-to-face talks that are expected to kick off tomorrow. And Dr Riek Machar's team is insisting that it is ready for talks, but on condition that all the political detainees that were arrested must first of all be released, and also Ugandan troops that were sent to South Sudan first of all be removed so that they can continue with talks.
If we really want a solution, solutions have to be offered in the context of the problem that they are trying to solve. And these people who are currently being detained are part of the problem, so they have to also be part of the solution. So this is why we call for their release, also because the due process also is very slow, and when due process is slow or non-existent, it's tantamount to injustice. So we call for them to either be released or for the due process to be expedited.
And on the other hand, Salva Kiir's team is insisting that it will negotiate with Dr Riek Machar, but without any conditions, and that if there are any political detainees who have to be released, they can only be released on legal basis. And so insisting that they are ready, but they will not negotiate with Dr Riek Machar's team on conditions, on any preconditions. And so basically the chief mediators have urged the two teams to soften their stand and understand that the situation in South Sudan is degenerating, and more people could die and many more people could be flushed from their homes. And so they want them to agree on a ceasefire.
Our Sudanese brothers and sisters are seeking vengeance, violence, killing each other. To resolve political difference, the parties must prepare two graves, because no one will be a winner. Both of them will go into that grave, failing their people.
And so basically it's cautious optimism and hope that tomorrow, when the two teams meet face to face to lay the groundwork for these discussions, they will be able to formulate positions that are understandable to each other, and a ceasefire will be found, and modalities of implementing this ceasefire will be agreed on before they can ultimately find solutions to the situation in South Sudan.
They have committed themselves that recognizing this is a political problem, and politics cannot be resolved by military means and violence.
And that's all for now. Back to you in Nairobi. My name is Francis Gashuri, reporting for Citizen Live at 9 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.